What is up, home workout and bodyweight exercise fans? In today's video of Homemade Muscle, I'll be talking about intermittent fasting. What are the basics of it? How can you start implementing it in your daily lifestyle? And does it work with bodyweight exercise, with strength training? So I've been doing intermittent fasting during the last 3 years. It's my favorite eating method. It's a lifestyle for me. It's like, it makes things so much easier in your life. Of course, it might not work for everyone, but I've seen that for most, especially men, I see more cases of women that it doesn't work, but in most cases with men, it's definitely something that will make your life easier. So let's get started. What is this intermittent fasting for those of you who are not familiar with it? It's basically splitting your day into two phases, the eating phase and the fasting phase. So, fasting has a kind of scary connotation that goes with it, but it's not like you'll be fasting in the desert like Jesus or something. You're just not going to be eating for a few hours, 16 hours usually. And if you want to make the idea more friendly to your brain, just think of it as skipping your breakfast. So let's say your last meal of the day is around 8 p.m. Afternoon or night. Your fasting phase will begin after that meal, so you won't be eating for the next 16 hours. That means that you'll be usually eating around 11 or 12 o'clock the next day. So I like to also work out before breaking my my fasting phase, although I kind of cheat on that with a protein shake, but more on that a little bit later. So the way I do it is I eat my last meal at 8 p.m. I fast during the rest of the hours until next day, 11 to 12 o'clock. During the fasting phase, I drink a lot of water, very important. You should keep yourself hydrated. I also drink about 2 cups of coffee, 1 cup in the morning, in the early morning hours. That helps me keep my hunger at ease, because like in general, I'm a guy that really enjoys to eat. So, it's keeping my calories balanced is sort of a challenge for me. It requires a lot of discipline. So, I have my first coffee in the morning hours. That helps me keep my hunger at ease. I'm gonna have a second cup of coffee prior to my workout, and I'm also gonna have a whey protein shake prior to my workout. Now, although this kind of means that I'm cheating my fast, because protein is a food, I don't consider it as breaking my fast, because for me it's just a way of getting some protein in my bloodstream, some protein molecules. And since it's a liquid meal, it's like only 110 calories if you drink it with water. It doesn't put a lot of stress in your digestive system. I don't consider it as breaking my fast. A lot of people, advocates of the intermittent fasting, also consider this important. If you want to really make sure that you're not doing any harm to your protein synthesis, if you're not breaking any muscle during that fast, if you're just building muscle in the best possible way, it is a good idea just to be on the safe side, to have a little source of protein. That's why a lot of people advocate, what are those called? Amino acids. There's a specific name for that supplement. I can't remember it right now, but I'm gonna link it somewhere here. I'm gonna put some text, but in most cases, amino acids are a waste of your money. You can just get some simple whey protein. It does the same thing. It doesn't really matter, don't spend those extra bucks on amino acids. If you just want to have like a little bit less calories, okay, you can do it, but it doesn't really matter. So moving on, after my fast, I'm usually going for a walk, and I'm gonna break my fast with a fruit, usually a banana or an apple, just to get some sugar in my bloodstream in order to, stay keep my hunger at ease again until I have my big first main meal of the day. So after my walk, I'm gonna have my main meal of the day, and that usually implies that I'm going to be eating a big amount of protein, usually eggs, 3 to 4 eggs, a peanut butter sandwich. So you know, that's like 2 whole grain slices of bread with some peanut butter to get some carbs as well. Important, you know, if you train, to get some carbs. And I'm also gonna have a fruit again, or like a freshly squeezed big cup of orange juice. That's my first main meal of the day. After that, I'm gonna have the second snack of the day, which is usually some fruit and nuts, a big handful of nuts. I like to mix cashews with almonds, and you know, generally I also mix my nuts. You know, I try to eat a variety of them, but that's my favorite mix. And later at night, I'm going to be having a big meal, a big epic meal, which will be rich in vegetables, usually 3 to 4 portions of vegetables. I don't always do that, you know, sometimes, but I try to do it at least 6 out of 7 days a week. Moving on, I'll be having some carbs, not some carbs, a lot of carbs, and protein. So again, you know, make sure you're getting at least 1.5 gram per kilo of body weight of protein per day if you want to build muscle. A lot of people advocate a lot more, but that seems to do the job. You don't have to go crazy. So that's the main meal of the day. I'm also gonna have a dessert, usually something around, that's the only food that I count my calories nowadays. So my dessert, I always watch that my dessert is around 10% of my daily calories. So you know, that's like around 260 calories usually. I try not to go above that. If I'm on the bulking phase, I won't really care about that. I'm gonna eat a huge dessert, which is what I've been doing for my Wolverine challenge. And that's pretty much it, you know. Make sure you drink a lot of water during those first morning hours. If you do like coffee, if coffee goes well with your stomach, have 2 cups of coffee during those morning hours as well to keep that hunger at ease. Make sure you're getting all your micronutrients. Make sure you're having like in total 6 to 7 portions of fruits and vegetables per day, and put more importance onto vegetables than fruits, since those are richer in micronutrients. And yeah, that's it. Works pretty well with bodyweight exercise. I really like to train with an empty stomach. I feel better especially when I do my my typical home workout bodyweight exercise routines. And if you have any other questions, you know, this is a pretty huge topic. Leave your questions below. If you are struggling with intermittent fasting, you know, it's a little bit tricky to find a balance at first. So for example, don't like go really hardcore into intermittent fasting if you've been eating breakfast your whole life. Start with increasing that fasting window gradually. Start with 12 hours of fasting, move it on to 14, and then go to 16, you know. Bump it up, switch it up a little bit every couple of days. So that was all. This is going to be a huge video, but I'm gonna make more on my diet and intermittent fasting since you seem to be interested. A lot more cool videos coming this week, and until next time, keep on training.